What's good, sports family? Breaking news in the NFL, yes, in the Indianapolis Colts organization. They have signed, yes, quarterback Daniel Jones after being placed on a tag. And let's get into it. So, right now, it's a process of negotiating, but it sounds like this is the most accurate reports that I've seen. It's going to be a 2-year contract worth about $100 million, about $50 million per year on average. This would make him one of the higher paid QBs in the league. So, pretty much this is the negotiating process of this. So after the 2025 season, the Colts placed a transition tag on Jones instead of a franchise tag. That means Jones can be negotiated with other teams, but the Colts retained the right of his match any offer without giving up draft compensation. Jones turned down an early offer believed to be around 3-year, $100.5 million reported because his camp wanted closer to $50 million per year. His Achilles injury and quarterback market condition have added complex, impacting both leverage and contract value. And then pretty much the market context is this. The 2026 free agent quarterback pool is considered very weak, increasing Jones' relative value to the Colts and other teams to be much higher. Teams like the Vikings were reportedly monitoring the situation in case Jones hit the open market. So the Vikings were pretty much interested in Jones, but that's if he was open to go on the market. Then they would definitely offer him a contract. But the Colts ended up signing him, and the Vikings didn't want to really go for that. Now, this was his 2025 performance for the Colts. 3,101 passing yards, 19 passing touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 100.2 passing rating, and 5 rushing touchdowns. These figures reflect efficient plays, and dual threat elements before his late season torn Achilles. Now, pretty much, let me try and think. I'm going to get more detail of the problem of the negotiation to be more explained. Some of you may be like, what are you talking about? Like, what's up? So, first one, Jones' market asked for his team's offer. Jones and his agent reportedly want a contract worth around $45 to $50 million per year, which is more than the Colts offered, and above what some teams are willing to risk even with injury history. Second one, Colts cautious post-injury. The Colts used a transition tag, $37.8 million, instead of a franchise tag, $43.9 million, to retain flexibility given Jones' Achilles recovery timeline. And third one, QB market leverage. A weak free agent quarterback market gives Jones some leverage, but there aren't many suitors willing to risk big money on an injured quarterback, which limits his option if the Colts and his camp can't find common ground. Which that was his negotiate problem, because the fact that he proven himself with the Colts that he's really good. But not only that, but like the quarterback market is trash. And also the fact that he saw that the Colts are interested in him. So they're like, okay, we definitely want Daniel Jones. We can't do Richardson, he's injury prone. All the backup quarterback's not good. And the quarterback market is trash. So Jones saw the leverage that, okay, weak quarterback free agency, they like me, they put the tag on me, I have a good leverage to get this. And that's when he got the 2-year, $100 million deal. Now, some people would have said that he would have gotten a $130 million deal, maybe a 3-year, something like that, maybe a 2-year, 130, but they negotiated to a 2-year, $100 million. But they finally get a quarterback that honestly turned around his career from New York to Indianapolis. The fact that he fits their system, the fact that he just feels comfortable in Indianapolis. And I think that's the thing with a lot of NFL players is that I don't get why some of these franchises don't do their due diligence. I feel like a lot of these times when they draft some of these quarterbacks, they don't realize the quarterback is not from a big city. They've never been to a big market. And it's just their personality. So, like, if you see Daniel Jones play at Duke, okay, yeah, but they're mainly for basketball. Media market for football for Duke, not the greatest. where he's from, not really a big city kid. His personality, pretty chill but kind of shy. It's just like the Jets with Zach Wilson, from a small town. Went to, I guess, BYU was kind of a football school, but I don't know, not a big powerhouse football school. His personality, very quiet, very shy. So like, I think a lot of these players, they fit market that fits them. Indianapolis, a small state, not a big market. Um, and everyone there is pretty chill. Compared to New York, big market, big mouth. You gotta be, outspoken. You gotta have confidence. You gotta know what you're doing. That's why you saw like Carmelo Anthony. I'm sorry to relate to a lot of New York players and all the last couple of videos, but I have to give you examples because I can relate to it, which I can show you the comparison. But like Carmelo Anthony, he's from Brooklyn. I know he only lived there for a few years until he was like 6 or 7, but personality, he fits it. He had family from Brooklyn. His mom is from New York. He went to Syracuse. He made Syracuse into one of the powerhouse of basketball. And then it just Melo was like built for a big city. He lived in Maryland, which is, I forgot the bad part of Maryland, but like he had that city kid mentality, and he was able to handle New York at a certain level. So you can see why certain players fit in certain marketplaces as well as organizations. But yeah, a good move for the Colts to have their, franchise quarterback for now. He's still somewhat old, but he'll be there the next 2 years, maybe longer, depending on how his career ends up. Daniel Jones has Alex Pierce back. Could be number 1 wide receiver for sure for the Colts. No more Michael Pittman Jr. So we'll see who could be the number 2 wide receiver. Maybe the Colts will get someone in free agency. Day 3 today, by the way. So we have to see what else is next for the Colts. But look for Daniel Jones to get back. I'm not sure if he'll be back beginning of the season. I feel like it sounds like he might, but maybe towards like the beginning, towards the middle of the season. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, guys, let me know. You think he's overpaid, underpaid, or just right of a contract to sign Daniel Jones? And do you think that the Colts did the right move to, sign him? Do you think they should have signed someone else or draft someone else? Let me know. And I'll see you guys next video.